Okay, welcome to this training. Today we're talking about Facebook audiences. Probably you already heard the term target audience, what audience to target. And if you use Facebook, audiences are extremely important because this is how you run ads. In order to run an ad on Facebook, you don't target a person, you target a whole group of people, and Facebook calls these groups of people audiences. So audiences are groups of Facebook users, Meta users, Instagram users that advertisers can target on Facebook based on a variety of factors like demographics, interests, behavior, or connection to the business. These audiences are categorized into core audiences. This is using Facebook's data. In many cases, those are also cold audiences. We also have custom audiences, and in order to create a custom audience, you're using your own data, your website visitors, your Facebook page likes, your Instagram followers, etc. And also Facebook gives us the opportunity to create lookalike audiences. And when we create lookalike audiences, we use a custom audience as a source, and Facebook's finds different people to the one we provide them. So those are similar users to our existing assets. Let's call it this way. Okay. And why do audiences matter that much? Because thanks to audiences, we can target more precisely. So we are sure that our ad is seen by people who are more interested. Earlier in this training, I provided the example of me selling my old Toyota. So in order for me to ensure that my ad is seen by people who will be interested in buying the car, I can also add a detailed targeting, and I can target my ad to people who are interested in the brand Toyota. And this will give me just a little bit more precise targeting. The next great benefit of having audiences, we are improving our ads engagement and conversion rates. And conversion rate is extremely important because we want to show our ads to people who are interested. If everybody on Facebook sees our ad, we're just gonna waste money on Facebook ads. So targeting our ad to a specific audience will increase the relevance score of our ads, and this will result in a higher conversion rate, right? So also audiences are great for customer retention. We can target existing customers. We can target people who already bought from us. We can target people who completed some of the actions on our website. So Facebook audiences are extremely important. And in this training, we're also going to go into the audience manager inside the business manager, and we're going to start creating our audiences. As I mentioned earlier, there are three types of Facebook audiences, and Facebook just have core audiences, custom audiences, and lookalike audiences. So what you need to understand is that the core audiences, those are the audience we define by choosing people's interest, age, location, etc. In most of the cases, those are cold audiences. So when I say cold audience, those are the people who don't know us. The next type of audience we're going to take a look. This is the custom audience. Custom audiences are audiences you create from your existing customers or people who have interacted with your business on or off Facebook. So what do I mean by on or off or Facebook? This could be your website, this could be Instagram, this could be a video people watched on your website, etc. So here, in order for us to create custom audiences, we already need to have people visiting our website. We already need to have people watching our videos, people engaging with our posts, etc., etc. Also, what we have lookalike audiences, and those are new people who are likely to be interested in our business because they're similar to our customers or people who interacted with our website or visited some of our social media profiles. So this is what you need to know. Usually you're gonna work a lot with all those audiences. They're really simple. Now, if they sound a little bit confusing, don't worry. I promise you by the end of this training, you'll know how it works. As I said, I already mentioned cold audiences and warm audiences. And when we talk about cold audiences, we mean that the people who are in the cold audience have never heard about us. Imagine you go to a new city and you go to the bar and nobody in the bar knows you, right? It's completely different if you go to the bar in your own city and there's gonna be some people you don't know, but also you'll be able to find your friends there. So the friends will be your warm audience and the people you don't know will be your cold audience. And this is as simple as that. So the cold audiences we have on Facebook, those are the core audiences and the lookalike audiences. A lot of people think that the lookalike audience is also a warm audience, but this is a mistake. The lookalike is an audience similar to the people on our warm audiences, but the lookalike people, they never heard about us. They're just very similar to the people we already know, you know? So simple as that. We also have warm audiences. The warm audiences are people who visit our website, people who followed us on social media, people who subscribe to our email list, but did not yet made a purchase. So those are the warm audience. And if you want to take it a notch further, some people will call those audiences hot audiences, and the hot audiences will be people who already bought from us or they have shown a high level of interest in our product or service. For example, this could be adding a product to the shopping cart, visiting a specific product page multiple times, etc., etc. So the warm and the hot audience are custom audiences on Facebook. So usually the hot people are the people who already bought from us. So imagine the bar scenario. When you go to the bar in your own city, your closest friends will be your hot audience, and the people you kind of know will be your warm audience, and the people you don't know, you never seen, will be the cold audience. And here I took this graph from a website called mainstreetroy.com. So as you can see, the cold audiences do not know about your business, the warm audiences familiar with your business, the hot audience engaging with your business. And this is all you need to know about audience temperature. So usually people who know your business the best, the hot audiences, are more likely to convert. People who are in the warm audience, they're less likely to convert, but there is a high chance they buy. And the cold audience, they are unlikely to convert, or it will be very difficult for them to convert, but not impossible. So when we create our campaigns, we always need to think about the audience we target. And we just need to move people from cold audience to warm audience to hot audience, people who are already buyers. So the way it works, the way we're going to set up our ads later on in this training, we're going to show our ad to people who don't know us. After they see the ad, some of them will click on our website. They're going to become warm audience, and they're going to start getting to know our business, our products. And after that, we're going to convert some of those warm audience into hot audience, into customers. And this will be the idea of running ads on Facebook. If you already have an email list, a big social media following, you have the potential, the opportunity. It's quite likely for you to make a lot of money just targeting warm audiences. But at one moment, you're just gonna exhaust your warm audience and you start adding cold audiences. So pretty much this is what you need to know. Cold audiences are the core and the lookalike audiences. Warm audience and hot audiences are the custom audiences. And this is pretty much what you need to know about audiences on Facebook. So now let's go to the Facebook Business Manager and let's start creating our audience. I created a worksheet right here. This is the audience creation worksheet. And based on this worksheet, we're gonna create our audiences, right? So we're gonna have warm and hot audiences. And we're gonna create some lookalike audiences, and I'm gonna show you how to set up those. So as you can see on this list, I have the days, right? So 180 days, 80 days, 30 days, 14 days, 7 days, 1 day. So based on the days, we know how recent the people took the action. For example, if I create a website visitors audience for the last 180 days, this audience will be much bigger compared to the audience of website visitors for 1 day. But also the audience that is smaller time frame is more likely to convert because the people who visited our website 1 day ago are probably considering buying some our products or signing up for our email list, etc., etc. So the first audiences we're going to create are based on traffic. Then we're going to create audiences based on events trigger. So in the previous training, we've set up leads, buyers, checkouts. I set up my event for submit application. So here we can also add submit application. But in order to create these audiences, I suggest you have at least 1,000 people in an audience. So if the audience is too small, we won't be able to run ads. So at least try to have 100, maybe I'd say 1,000 people in an audience before you run ads. Ideally, that number would be 5,000, but later on, you can work your audience number way up after you start running ads. So based on events trigger, so you need to choose the events that are relevant to your business. For mine, this is the submit application event, the leads event, and the purchase event. Then what you can do, this is very good audience to run. If you have an email list, you can upload the email list and you can run ads to your email list on Facebook. The next custom audiences we're gonna create, those are based on Facebook engagement and Instagram engagement. So people who visited the page and people who engaged with an ad or post. So here we can create an audience that goes from 1 year to 1 day. And the next thing we can do after we create those audiences, we're gonna create lookalike audiences based on the custom audiences. So custom audiences need to be created first, and I'm gonna show you how you can create those audiences. Here, I'm gonna start. We're gonna go into the business manager. So you can go to the URL and type business.facebook.com/home/accounts. Select your business, and here from all tools, you need to find audiences, right? It might not be here. It might be somewhere in the menu here. So make sure you find it and click audiences, right? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create the website visitors. And I'm just gonna give you some tips, but you need to create all those audiences. It's gonna be repetitive work, but we just need to do it once. So website visitors, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna create custom audience. I'm gonna select website. I'm gonna do next. And here I'm just gonna pick all website visitors and I'm gonna say 180 days. I'm gonna name this audience website visitors 180 days. And the longer you can go on those website audiences is 180 days. So I'm just gonna click create audience and Facebook will create the audience. The next audience I'm gonna do another website and I'm gonna create this audience for 80 days. So here I'm just gonna do 80 website visitors, 80 days, create audience. And here I'm gonna click done. So here I have the website visitors for 180 days and I have the website visitors for 80 days. If you feel like you want to create for 120 or 110 days or 60 days, go ahead and create those. So those are the website visitors. The next thing we can create audiences based on our specific page visits. For example, if you have a sales page or if you have a opt-in page or if you have a webinar page, you can create audiences based on only people who visited this specific web page. And I'm gonna show you how it works. So I'm just gonna go to my website and I'm gonna give you a very simple example. So pretty much a lot of people are visiting my whole website, but I can run ads to people who visited my service page. So I'm just gonna grab this link, nikovelikov.com services, and I'm gonna go to my custom audience creation tool. I'm gonna select website. And here from the drop-down menu where it says all website visitors, I'm gonna select people who visited specific web page. And here the URL contains Niko Velikov services. And I'm gonna do this audience for 190 days. And here I'm gonna name the page visited services 180 days. So I'm gonna just do it, and I'm gonna click create audience. And I just created an audience of all the people who visited this specific web page for the last 180 days. And I can run ads only to people who clicked on the services page. This audience is warm audience, and those people are already looking to work with me. So it's quite a good audience for me to target. Okay. So I'm gonna do the same for these audiences. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna create another custom audience. And here I'm gonna select website. And from the drop-down menu, people who visited specific page, the page contain Nikol Velikov /services. And I'm gonna select the retention rate for 80 days. And I'm gonna name this audience visited services 80 days. And I'm just gonna give you a quick example, but go ahead and create warm audiences based on people who visited the most important pages for you. So for me, this is the service page. For you, that could be your sales page, your checkout page. That could be the page where you sell your main product. The next thing you need to do is create an audience based on the events people triggered. So these audiences are super hot because people are triggering the specific events and they're already buyers, or they already booked calls with you. They already submitted your lead forms. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go to create audiences, custom audiences, website. And here from the pixel, you need to find the event. So here, as you remember, I submitted, I set the Facebook pixel. So if I choose the submit application event, I'm gonna create an audience of all the people who triggered the submit application event. So I'm just gonna name this audience submit application 180 days. And I have an audience of all the people who triggered this event. Those audiences are extremely powerful and extremely useful. So make sure you create those audiences. So for your business, the most important events could be booked a call or submit application, or completed a opt-in form, or purchase users or buyers or checkouts. So go ahead and create those audiences. Okay, now the next audience is audience imported from your email list. Here, what you need to have ready would be your email list. So all you need to do is go to the audience creation tool, select custom audiences. And here from the sources, you can select customer list. You can click next and you can import your list. So here you can import it directly from MailChimp, but I don't use MailChimp, so I'm just gonna click next. So here you need to select if the customer value is included in your customer list. In my case, it's not, so I'm gonna select no. And here where it says add customer list, you need to click upload a file, or you can just drag and drop. So this is the file. I'm gonna click next and it's gonna start populating. So those are the email addresses, the phones, etc. So I'm just gonna click import and create. And this is how I'll be able to run ads to some of the people who are on my email list, and I'm gonna click done. So here, this is email list audience. It's not email provider. The next audience that we're gonna create, this is based on people who like our Facebook page. So here you need to go to create audience, custom audience, and here you can choose Facebook page. Next. So select the Facebook page you want to use. In my case, it's this one. Again, you can change the retention days. So here, the longest you can do is 365 days. So Facebook page, 365 days. You can give the page name here as well. If you have multiple pages linked to one business, and all you need to do is just click create. And this is how I created a Facebook page, a custom audience based on people who like my page. The next audience we're gonna create an audience of people who engaged with an ad or post. This could also happen on Facebook. So custom audiences. Again, Facebook page. And here from the menu where it says events, you can choose, you have different options. So those are the options you can choose. This is the one I usually use, everyone who engaged with your page. And those are people who engage with any post or ad. So if you're running ads and if you wanna show the ads to the people who engage with some of your ads or some of your posts, this is the audience to create. So you're just gonna select it. Account center, accounts who engage with an ad or post, 365 days, and we're gonna call this audience engaged with a post. Facebook, 365 days, and we're gonna create these audiences. And we're gonna click done. The next thing that we need to do is the Instagram engagement audiences. So here, I'm gonna go to the custom audience again, and here from the custom audience source, I'm gonna go to Instagram account where it says Instagram account, and here I'm gonna create an audience of people who engaged with my professional Instagram account, and I'm gonna give this audience a name. So Instagram engagement 365. I think I misspelled. And I'm gonna click create, and I'm gonna have this audience ready. And here from the drop down menu, you also have a lot of options. You can create an Instagram audience based on people who saved any post or ad, anybody who engaged with any post or ad, anyone visited your profile, anyone who engaged with this professional account. We're already creating this audience, and here you can read a detailed description about every audience. So this is something you can do after you watch this training. So 365 days, we're gonna hit create the audience and done. And so in the worksheet, I just gave you some of the most common audiences, but just for your own information, There are also quite a lot of audiences you can create. So if you go to custom audiences, if you go to the website audiences, you can create an audience based on visitors by time spent. So this is a little bit more advanced, but you can take a look at this. So again, it's somehow advanced, and you can also add a specific page here. So you can target the people who spend the most time on some of your pages, for example, on your success pages. So this is all up to you. I won't create any audiences. This is just for your own information. Some other audiences you can create. You can create an audience based on people who watched a video. I'm going to show how it works. So you just need to select the engagement. I'm going to say people who watch 75% of my video. And here, if I click choose videos, I just need to choose the specific video. And I can say that I want to run ads to people who watched at least 70%, 75% of my video. So if you have a very good video, a video that went viral, you can try retargeting just people who watched this video. Okay. And here there are also like some other audiences. We have the AR experience. This is quite new because Facebook just announced their AR. But the most commonly used for me are website, customer list, Facebook page, Instagram account, sometimes video, sometimes lead form. For example, you can create an audience based on people who completed your lead form, but this is pretty simple. So you can take a look at this, but this is something I rarely use. Okay, so now go ahead, create your warm audiences. It's gonna be a lot of repetitive work, but this is something that you just need to do once. And once you do it, your audiences will be saved. Then, based on the custom audiences we've created, I'm gonna show you how to create a lookalike. So now let's go to back to the audience creation. So here you have two options to create a lookalike audience. You can create a lookalike audience from here, from the drop-down menu, or you can select a specific audience, and from actions, you can select create lookalike. So here, the source. So just let me go back. So here, create lookalike. Here you need to add the location. So United States. And here you have percentages. So 1% will be the most similar to your lookalike audience source, and 10% would be the less similar, but will still be somehow similar. And you can choose, and here we're gonna create 6 lookalike audiences, and here from the source we can choose some of the audiences we just created. So I'm just gonna select website visitors for the last 180 days, and I'm gonna click create. And here the Facebook will create 6 audiences for me. So it's gonna say populating. So it's gonna take some time for Facebook to create it. Yeah, and here you can see Facebook created 6 audiences based on my lookalikes. So lookalike of my website visitors for the last 180 days, 1%. This will be an audience that is very, very similar to my website visitors. And if I choose 5 to 6%, it will convert less. So the best lookalike audiences are with a small percentage. So now go ahead, create the lookalike audiences here. So the best lookalike audiences you can create are based on users triggering your number one event. Your number one event for me is submit application. So if I want to create a lookalike audience of submit application, I'm just gonna click on submit application. I'm gonna go to create lookalike audience. Here from the source, I'm gonna find submit application somewhere around here. So let me find it. I actually don't, oh yeah, here it is. I'm gonna say United States, and I'm gonna select 6 audiences, and I'm gonna hit create. But keep in mind that in order to create those audiences, you need to have at least 100 event triggers. So if you're new, you won't be able to create it. I think with this business is quite new. So if I click create, oh, I was actually able to create it. And yeah, this is a lookalike audience of people who booked calls with me. So it should be pretty accurate. So I created 6 audiences. Now go ahead and create those audiences. And yeah, this was the video for today. There's gonna be a lot of work for you to do here again. So make sure you do it. Make sure you go into the Facebook Ads Manager and create all those audiences. So some of the audience won't be relevant to you. So just create the audiences that are relevant to you. If you cannot create any events audience because you're just setting up, don't worry. If you cannot create any lookalike based on your events, don't worry, because once you get 100 events triggered, you'll be able to create the lookalike audiences and you'll be all set. But even without this, you'll be able to run ads. Now go ahead, create the audiences, and in the next video, we're gonna go into the Facebook Ads Manager. We're gonna take a look at the Facebook objectives, and we're gonna start setting up our ads. So this was the training for today. I'm gonna see you in the next video training.